has given us everything so far. For those who have been watching online throughout the week, we have had some humdingers of games. Nothing short of excellent so far. Kolinske, Alix Kleiman transitioning for Kleiman whatsoever. They're going for win number 4. The jump creates height and stability in the air. Kleiman with an ace in 19 outings. I mean, Kleiman only started playing international beach volleyball with Ross, and she won her first event in The Hague back in 2018. Service from Kleiman, having to chase in to try and make a block. Out of system here for Kolinske and Stockman. Pat highlight space of time. Remember, previous Olympic game, as brutal as it has been earlier in the week. For the first time, we are recording remotely as well. So where the players are definitely in lockdown in London, like so many, sideline away from Kleiman and Ross. Kleiman the target, passing is the reason why they're going after it. Kleiman the blocker, played middle indoors, so having played middle indoors for such a league for Kleiman and Ross. The winner of this game will play against Agatha and Duda, or increases, therefore the chances of scoring increase. Fairly simple, but it's a lot more complex than that. Or the approach of the line from Kolinske. Kleiman passing 3 or 4 meters off the net. She has to hit her way block. So the A team have linked up with Angie Akers in recent months due to Kessie moving to the East Coast. Akers was with the Dutch program for such a long time. No block for Kleiman. Kolinske just parks. She's so early. She's stable and she stays controlled with the overhand defense. And Ross will benefit from that, but the rest of the players as well. 2-ball dummy from April Ross. No block again. It's a late break. The women's side of the game. Rocking teams out of system. With that comes less hitting angles. 4 points to the good. It's been a year where all these teams were competing once more. 3 points the difference. Kolinske Stockman came in 880 points behind Sweat and Kerry Walsh-Jennings. They then defeated Kerry Walsh-Jennings and Sweat in 3. That's the 17th for Walsh-Jennings and Brooke Sweat. The Olympic gold medalist, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, Kerry Walsh-Jennings. At 6,960 points, their score, we think. April Ross, World Tour best hitter, 2009. 2011, 2 silvers. And only once outside the top 10. Unbelievable. Back set this time, Kolinske trying to make. Kolinske puts the ball right in the slot in the system. This team won the AVP in Seattle 2019, starting their journey together in 2018. Players arriving before the competition into this safe bubble. Right side, playing on 2. Beating Kleiman for time. They've had some close ones. The game against Walsh-Jennings and Brooke Sweat was super tight, but also the quarterfinal matchup earlier on the break. Strong. The chase still hold a firm advantage. System from the right side. Kleiman again passing well, sitting in the pocket in her position. April Ross. Big serve from her. I've had a fantastic competition to take a 5th. They lost out to Stockman and Kolinske in that 5th place battle for a spot in the final 4. 2 in a row. Well done from Kolinske. This time they go up. 2019 in the women's competition. Chettamore. Stockman serving. Well focused from Kleiman. Lines the call but chops angle. Stockman's waiting for it. Here's a chance to save the 18. April Ross to serve. How many times have we seen this on the world court? Huge from Alix Kleiman. They take mouth-watering on that side of things as well. Jake Gibb Taylor Crabb. They've come past the world champs from the Americans, but just one of two American teams on the men's side of the draw. Phil Dalhouser and Nick Lucena also in the men's in a semi-final of a world. Kolinske serving, side change with back. April Ross, who's had an array of different partners, so successful with Jen Kessie. Olympic bronze medal to follow that silver in London to Tokyo. Yes, it's a year late, but the Tokyo race is using the fingertip to go past the block, bump onto, seen really early from April Ross. 3 meters off the net from Ross. She still tries to turn, always at the forefront of everything. Is what they need to take this second set and to send it to a third, and it's working. They lead here. Float serve now from Ross, so a change from this end. It's another out of system ball. This time Stockman can only knuckle the ball in play. Right side work. She just parks so nicely, Stockman. Chance in transition. This is huge in the context of this game. Yes, it's from Stockman. Short ball, Kleiman. Setting this time again from Ross. It's been really accurate. Knuckle on the cut shot is seen. From the left side, hammer angle ball. Kolinske serving, driving through. Once again, passing off the net, Kleiman. Ace for anyone to pass. Change up once more. This time it's straightened up. It's recovery setting, but a second place. A win here would jump them a clear 160 points more than what they currently have, and it would close the gap on everybody else from the USA. Break in the world. Create a solid platform behind the ball is tough when April Ross is at full throttle. So many videos of her in the back garden playing and peppering against this. Team in green came past the 3-time Olympic gold medalist and Brooke Sweat, Kerry Walsh-Jennings. Serve. Shorter on April Ross, has to go to floor, so she might lose a bit of rhythm and timing on 2, but the eyes from Kleiman, sublime, the passer, watch the spiker, but then also pay such attention nowadays to the second ball. As the game progresses, the second ball is such a threat. Kleiman from the right side, space between the two, cut shots. Kleiman, whose float serves being just as effective as April Ross. The service pressure of this team is good. Sat in the pocket once more. Backspin knuckle from Kleiman. Second opportunity, right side. Kolinske, they need this one. There's a swat. This one is one of the better rallies of the game so far, if they want to keep pushing their Olympic dream. Line over. Well seen. Stockman sweeps up. She tries to create space in her approach. Stays patient off the net. Squeeze away from a body that took the ball away from April Ross. Ross from the left side, off the net. Has to pat because she's underneath the ball, but the cut shot seen, free net, but there's a golden opportunity. April Ross playing 144th competition. Digs well seen, bump cutty. Picking out Ross, diving into. Passing insistent, backs the call, but they run front. Smart. They can score by going off the block. It's a very different situation in beach volleyball when to challenge the block and when to challenge the defender. Two completely different. Ferocious serve from April Ross. It's flat. It's difficult to stay down. Again, out of system, out of rhythm. Oh, Kleiman, unbelievable from Doha. Stockman from the left side. They need something magical here, but the side out would. It's been a fantastic event for Kolinske and Stockman to save. And even at the start of the week, if you'd have told Kolinske and Stockman that they would be in the final 4, and they're very much nudging and nurdling their way back into this one. Still a big effort needed. Third match point for Ross and Kleiman. Fantastic touch, but April Ross seals the deal. The A team that have become the AAA team in